All right.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Hey, Coach, how about those sacks?
How about 'em?
Any words of encouragement or anything?
I don't think they need any. Whatever they need to do, they can do. Hit, pitch, run, play defense, take pitches, and they're good.
Any message for Alex Cora? It was his birthday yesterday, by the way.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
43.
Doing pretty good.
Bill, what have you seen from Mitch Trubisky? You guys haven't asked you about yet.
You know, he's done a good job for him. Athletic kid, big, strong, good arm. Throw the ball, make all the throws. Tough. Standing there. Hard guy to tackle. Some of the running plays he's involved in. But he seems to be probably more comfortable with the offense each week. They do a little more. So
Is he getting more aggressive too? Is he gets more comfortable in the offense?
they hit a lot of big plays. They've been hitting them all year, though.
Yeah.
I mean, not like it just happened last week. They do it every week. Get the ball down the field. All the receivers, tight ends, backs. He gets the ball to a lot of different people. So they would, multiple offense. He does an excellent job running it.
For a guy that didn't have a lot of experience in college and only his second year, are you impressed with his poise and how he leads that offense?
Yeah, again, I think it's getting better. I really didn't go back and watch a lot of last year. I mean, I've seen all this year, all the preseason, all the regular season in this offense, in this system. So that's really what I've been focused on. So I really can't, don't too much comment on 2017. But I think this year he's been consistent all the way through. I mean, look, every player has plays that could be better, like to have over again. So does every coach. But he's got a lot of good ones.
Bill, would it have been an appreciably different challenge had you not had 5 games, not including the preseason, to look at their new offense system and players versus if you had played them perhaps in week 2 or so?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. It is what it is. So that's what we have.
You face an athletic quarterback. How much does that change the personnel you need to use in the front seven?
We've faced one, it seems like, every week. So going all the way back to Watson and Bortles, and it's right down the line. So they've all been pretty athletic. So yeah, that's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's like a sixth receiver. They can pull the ball down, run for a first down, or keep the ball in inside plays that you normally could squeeze down on and try to catch from behind and things like that. And so yeah, we've dealt with it most every week. So. It's the National Football League. Like, all these guys are good. If they weren't, they wouldn't be in the league.
Bill, against Jacksonville and Detroit, you got behind early on the road, and Tom and other players said it's important.
Thanks,
It's important to start fast. Is there anything, obviously everybody wants to start fast, is there anything you could try to do in practice or during the week to increase the odds of that happening?
Just try to put ourselves in the best position we can to play well. Play well early, play well for 60 minutes. So we try to do every week. So we'll try to do this week. So we try to do in those other games too. So hopefully we can do a better job against Chicago.
How impressive you've been also with the receivers, Gabriel and Robinson?
Yeah, Robinson's a big target. He's got great hands. He's really never covered because he's of his size and his hands. He can get any ball. Gabriel's an explosive player. Covers a lot of ground. He's a good route runner. He's fast. He's quick. He's made a couple great catches too. Catch he made last week against Miami is as good a catch as you can make, really, down the sideline, laid out for the ball. So yeah, they're different, but they're both very good, and they're both a problem.
Devin was a little hard on himself last week. What have you just seen from his play this season?
Yeah, he's one of our best players. Yeah, we had 3 bad plays. Cost us 21 points. 2 on defense, 1 in the kicking game. So hopefully we can. I mean, there's plenty of other plays too, but you put 20 points. Just throw 20 points up there on 3 plays. It's hard to have a good day when you do that.
Coach, last year we saw Adrian Waddle have some success when matched up against Khalil Mack. How has he been able to succeed in that matchup, and what do you expect out of him if the matchup is that again this weekend?
Well, we'll see. Mac's a great player. He's having a great year. He's had a lot of production on everything: running game, pass rush, interceptions, batted balls, hurries, sacks, strip sacks, caused fumbles, you name it. He's around the ball a lot. He's a very disruptive guy. So it'll take a good team offensive effort to handle all those guys: Mack, Oldman, Hicks, Floyd, Nichols, and the whole crew. They're a very disruptive group. So we'll have to find a way to deal with all of them.
Like the type of player you see that could play on the end in the 4-3 defense and also outside in the 34.
That's what he plays. That's exactly what he does. But they're not in a 3-4 very much, and they're not in base defense. I don't know, 40, 50 plays, something like that. Most of it's nickel because of what they're seeing, like every other team in the league. So they're mainly in a 4-man line. That's their primary front because they see mostly 11 personnel. But if they didn't, then they'd be in a 3-4 front, and he'd be on the end of the line, which is, again, most every team that plays a 3-4, that's the way it is. The outside linebackers are defensive ends in a 4-man line. That's what we did. The Giants. That's what Pittsburgh did. That's what Kansas City did. That's pretty much what everybody does.
What would you say the characteristics are of a Vic Fangio defense?
Multiple. Plenty of different looks. Mix of coverages. Pressure. And mostly zone, but multiple types of zone with some man pressure mixed in there. He's not just sitting the same thing all day. Be sure of that. Mix the fronts up. Got 2 or 3 different fronts that they use. That they complement each other. And Vic's a very experienced coach. He definitely knows what he's doing. He's defended everything, and he's got multiple ways to take care of it. It's hard to just count on one thing.
The Bears defensive unit has 18 sacks despite blitzing all that much. How much of that is attributed to Mack and the way he affords other players in that line opportunities?
Yeah, Mack's a good player, but they got plenty of them. Hicks, very disruptive. Like I said, Goldman, Nichols. They blitz enough where they've gotten pressure from some of the perimeter players. So Callahan, Smith, Trevathan, those guys blitz. Not every time, but they blitz enough. They've had pressure too. So it's he knows people are looking at Mack, and he lets you go to Mack, and then they bring guys somewhere else where you're light. So he does a good job mixing that up and keeping you off balance. It's one of the advantages of not moving him around. They don't move him around very much. He's always in the same spot, so they can always count on, if you're going to help, that's where you want to help. So sometimes you help there, and they're coming somewhere else.
Rob Gronkowski has sort of lower yards per game than he typically has, and 1 touchdown so far this year. Is there anything you'd attribute that sort of slower start to for him?
Yeah, I'm really just worried about this game. Try to go out there and beat Chicago. So we're going to focus on. If we score enough points, hold them to not to fewer, then we'll win. That's the goal.
So then, is that what you can chalk up maybe his past games to? Is that the final product is?
No, I'm just telling you, our goal is not to go out there and create stats for an individual player. We just don't think that way. We try to go out and win the game. So whatever we need to do to win the game, then that's what our goal is. Our goal is not to create individual stats. That's just not how we do it. So.
How complicated matters at all when individual stats are built into a player's contract?
For who?
with Rob, I guess, at home?
Yeah, again, our goal is the same as it's always been. I think Tom and Rob's and everybody else on this team, Devin and Pat and everybody else, like, they come in here and work hard to try to go out and compete well and win games. You have to ask other people that question. I don't know. Our goal is to win games. I know that's other people have other agendas, but that's not ours.
Coach, over the last few weeks, Sony has seen some lighter boxes in the run game that he had in his first 2 games. I think that that's just a testament of the passing game, maybe getting back to a better place than it was before then, or is there something scheme-wise that you guys are doing to get him some lighter boxes?
I mean, Kansas City played almost single high coverage the whole game. I mean, I don't know what light box you're talking about.
I just mean like that.
I mean,
there
the 2
wasn't-
deep safeties against Kansas City, you can count that on one hand. So, I'm not really sure. I mean, the Colts played what the Colts played. Miami plays what Miami plays. Those teams mix it up against everybody, kind of in about the same, let's say, percentages, roughly. Split safety, single safety, man. So, I mean, those teams kind of have that's kind of what they do. So I'm not really sure what you mean here. I wouldn't say Kansas City played us in a light box the whole game. No. In fact, I'd say they definitely didn't do that. Maybe I missed it. I don't know.
Final question?
You don't get to Soldier Field too often, but it's one of the historic, stadiums. So, do you have any memory from Soldier Field that stands out to you?
Yeah, plenty of them. Yeah, Walter Payton's first game. It's a great environment. It's a lot different now. Obviously, it's hard to even recognize Soldier Field as Soldier Field. Certainly from the inside. But, yeah, it's a big, expansive structure. Like JFK in Philly or Coliseum. You don't see those stadiums anymore. Yeah, pretty special place. Okay, all right.
We're Upper Grass Fields again.